What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the lounge. This is episode 2 from the Hardcore Casuals. I am Austin, joined by Brady as always. Brady, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, Austin? How you doing? I'm doing fantastic today, man. Just got off a 10-hour shift at work, but we're feeling pretty good right now.
See, I've been
How you
off
doing?
the last 2 days, so that sounds awful to me. And I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
go back in tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is.
gotta get the bills paid, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And that shit ain't getting any easier. Tell you
No.
what. But so yeah, this week's episode is what originally I wanted our first episode to be, but we kind of decided to launch alongside the Switch 2, so we did that instead. um
So our lifespan will be coinciding with the Switch too. That'll be funny.
yes. Launch
Yeah, yeah.
date same day.
Same day, same day.
But yeah, so today's episode will be kind of more about what is hardcore casuals and kind of our, I guess for lack of a better term, history with gaming. I don't really want to say in the space because we haven't done anything
Yeah,
I've tried to do things like this before, but we haven't, it hasn't gotten too far. But just kind
yeah.
of, I guess, where we started with games to where we are now, I guess would be the best way to explain it. But before we get into all that, what have you been playing in the last week?
Last week, I mean, more Mario Kart. Just been playing that whenever like I get a couple minutes. Like just hop in, maybe even go around the free roam a little bit, but mostly just hopping into online, playing a game or two, get absolute shit stomped by 23 other players, and then yeah, then we just hop off, and then we play a different game, which what I probably put more hours into this past week was Fantasy Life I, the girl. I forget what the
Okay.
exact name. It's like the girl of time or something.
I think it's the girl who chases time, something along
Girl Who
those lines.
Chase Time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been playing a lot of that, which that's been pretty fun. It's if you like Animal Crossing, but you want a little bit more action out of it, it's been a pretty good time. Like you get like there's a lot of depth going on in the game because like the life part of the fantasy life,
Hmm.
like it's like 12 different classes or whatever that you can like master, which is a lot of like your like wood cutting, like fighting is one of them. Like you can do a bunch of different like types of classes that go pretty deep with the gameplay, and also you have like Animal Crossing elements that you can build your own island, which that's the part I'm kind of getting to right now because I'm only like 5 or 6 hours into it.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of meat on the bones on this one that I could definitely keep going back to if I want like a nice little wholesome game.
Nice,
What have you
nice.
been playing?
So I've also been playing a little more Mario Kart. I finally finished all the Grand Prix, got to Rainbow Road. That was
Yeah,
phenomenal. Loved it.
it's so
So
good.
good. um, I want to jump around in free roam a bit more in Mario Kart World. I haven't really done that yet, so I'll probably do that over the next week or so, just to kind of play around with it.
Yeah.
I finally got around to starting Expedition 33.
Let's
Boy,
go.
what
Yes,
a
where you
game.
at?
I am
Not spoiling,
leaving.
of course.
I'm leaving Falling Waters at the moment.
Okay.
So I just got out of that area, so where you set up camp for the second time, you can
Okay,
finally
so you hit
start
the
making
mansion,
like,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Just
okay,
left
okay,
the
okay.
mansion on our way to the town of those the people that you had asked me about before. I just got to a point
Okay,
where I
oh
can
yeah,
like upgrade my weapons and everything. So
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the gestrels is what
yes.
the gestrels are. I can't wait till you see more of them because they were not an element of this game I was not expecting. Yet I fucking love them. They
They
are great.
they look like they belong in Rayman a little bit. Is kind of the vibes I
Okay,
get.
okay, okay.
But
See, yeah, I haven't beat the game yet.
okay.
I'm still like, I don't even know. Like, I'm somewhere in Act Two.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm curious. So, I'm definitely want to bring this topic back up after you finish Act One because whoever's watching, if you know, you know. Like, I
Fair
can't like,
enough. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm about 4 hours into that at the moment, but I'm really enjoying that. Also, just playing more Rivals, more MLB
yeah,
The Show. those two were my constant rotations. Some more Power Wash Simulator is a nice time killer, but
that game always looks interesting. Like, but I'm like, if I get into this and I like it, it's gonna be a problem.
yeah, it definitely can be. It is one I use where like I want to play something, but I don't want to think, and I just kind of want to chill and like throw on a podcast or watch some YouTube videos while I'm doing it. Because some of those video levels, as you go further, can take quite a bit of time. The one I just finished was like a Ferris wheel, and I jumped in and out of that for like, I don't know, months. But that's also just me hopping between games as well. So it shouldn't take that long. You could probably get through it in a couple hours, that level specifically.
I mean, I know. But I'm about to say, I know that game has hella DLC.
Oh yeah, that game's got tons of DLC.
I'm about to say, didn't they put Shrek in there at some point? Like, I don't even know.
Shrek's in there, Final Fantasy's in there, SpongeBob's in there. They've got all sorts of random shit. I don't have any of the DLC. Or I think there's one Final Fantasy expansion that was free, so I did get that one, which was just cleaning some of the vehicles. But yeah, that has been my rotation for the last week. I don't think I'm missing anything, but yeah, those have been the main four. Definitely gonna get back to Expedition 33 here this weekend. I got a weekend where I don't work, and I got no plans this weekend either. So we might storm through Expedition 33 this weekend. We'll see what happens. But so yeah. I guess we'll start with the first thing of what is hardcore casuals. So
what is this channel?
I guess this is more a question for me than for you. So inspiration for it, as I talked to you about it, was kind of funny. So I've been wanting to do something kind of funny-esque, not exactly the same, but pretty similar for a long time now, and I've tried to do it with other people and solo, and it just hasn't worked. So the goal is for this one to actually work. We shall see. So
for sure.
But yeah, so right now our content plans, what we've got, what me and you have talked about, is a lounge episode every week, a weekly news video, which we were supposed to have one up last weekend, but my weekend got super busy, so I did not have time, with it being Father's Day and everything, unfortunately. We didn't get one of those up. But we will be recording one tomorrow that will go up Saturday. And then there's other ideas for videos that are not as consistent, just with whatever's happening in the industry. Like, we did a watch along / reaction to Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase. We didn't do one for the State of Play because we didn't have everything up and running then, but something like that is another type of thing that we'll try and stay on top of. The biggest problem with staying with those live streams is we both have full-time jobs, so we just have to hope they're not in the middle of the day. So if anything,
but hey,
go ahead.
Hey, I hear the Capcom thing's like a 6. So
I saw that today. I was watching Games Daily.
40 minutes of pure Capcom.
See, so here's the problem. Like, I'm interested in those games that they're talking about. Capcom showcases are just so bad.
They've always been bad.
I don't understand it. It's like you have the games like, I want to see more Pragmata. I'm probably like the only person who wants to see more Pragmata, but I want to see more Pragmata.
After the previews I've been hearing about, like the big puzzle type element or whatever it is, like I just hearing about it, I haven't seen it. Like that definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It's like what the little girl is doing or whatever, but yeah, I'm interested to look at that one.
And then obviously they're gonna show more Resident Evil Requiem, and I don't know if there was anything else that they confirmed.
I think they put Onimusha. I think Street Fighter. I think Monster Hunter Wilds like will have some sort of update.
Mm.
That's the only ones I can think about right now. That's the only ones I'm thinking about.
Gotcha. That's right. I forgot. They
Yeah,
did
but
just announce a new Street Fighter DLC at Summer Game
yeah,
Fest, so I
yeah,
guess they
yeah.
will talk about that a little bit. um, but yeah, stuff like that. Reviews we want to do. The Switch just kind of worked out because we did get them when they came out, but obviously with us starting, we're not going to get early codes. So reviews are kind of when we can. Like I think,
Yeah. The big releases, like, we'll try.
yeah, like Death Stranding 2 comes out next week. I know
That I
I'm
mean,
not getting it just because.
I don't think either of us have beat one.
No, I have not. Which I need to go back and do because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'm close though. I just left the first place, so I just took the boat to wherever the second place is. I don't know the name of that city, so I'm not super
I
far
don't
in.
You're way farther. You're farther than me. I know that.
Oh damn! So you're super early in because I think I'm only like,
Oh yeah.
maybe 7 to 8 hours in, give or take.
Yeah, I'm probably like five. I'm probably like five.
Okay, so you're not too far. But yes,
Yeah.
stuff like that we'll kind of do as we can. I've debated on. I'm going back and forth and thinking of ideas to doing live streams, maybe doing a couple per week, but I don't know what those would entail as of yet. Whether it be us playing, I don't know, anything. Rematch just came out. That's on Game Pass. Obviously, we've got Mario.
Is that Rematch is on Game Pass?
Yeah, my friend told me about that earlier today.
Fuck.
So that's one I want to check out because that looks like. I mean, it's like Sifu and soccer kind of mixed, which is an interesting combo. But
yeah, as a Rocket League guy, I've got his on Game Pass. Wait, oh shit. That was a Rocket League guy, so that's interesting.
Yeah, so maybe things like that. I don't have any set days, and I don't think even when we start, or if or when we start live streaming during the week, we would have set days.
Yeah, it's pretty much at the moment. Let's try to get into a flow of these things of the two new shows.
Yeah,
and then we'll build on that just to
Yeah.
see what feels right. Because of course we're working 2 full-time jobs,
Yep.
and not like it's got to work out, and also we can't be killing ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've got 2 full-time jobs. I am a single
You got a
parent,
kid.
which yeah. So the goal is to keep these 2 videos at a steady pace for now before we start doing stuff because we have other topics we want to talk about like movies, sports, wrestling. Anime's one I have an idea on, but that is the one I know the least about. You are way more versed in anime than I am.
And even this past season, I've been lacking.
Yeah, I know. I saw your thing about solo leveling earlier today. You're like, yeah, I'm just not in touch. 8 out of 10. I'm like, that's my favorite. I fucking loved it.
Dude, I'm the most outlier on it.
I mean, an 8 out of 10's still good, though. You're not saying you don't like it. But
I don't. It's the people that like this is the next like it's the new sliced bread. I'm like, it's good. It's a very good show. It's not life changing for me, but some people it is for some reason.
Fair. Well, like I said, my anime is very low. It is Dragon Ball. It is solo leveling. It is season 1 of Sword Art, and that's really about it. As far as what I've finished. Like, I started Fairy Tail forever ago, haven't gone back to finish it.
You don't need to.
No. I'm trying to think of what else I have. Spy Family's one I've started that I do want to go back to.
I do. I haven't started that one, but I do want to start that one.
I'm not super far in. I'm still early into the first season, like maybe the first 5 or 6 episodes. But yeah, eventually we want to bring those topics in. That probably won't be for a while. The goal is to start on gaming just because that's probably our biggest interest between the two of us. With all of those subjects we have listed, with probably sports and wrestling at a very close to. But but they're right there. Yeah, that is kind of the goal. The long-term goal, at least for me, is to do this full-time. I don't know where you sit
Oh,
at
that'd be
with
awesome.
that. Yeah.
Uh, I mean, back to like the original like the original question we've had. It was
Mhm.
what is hardcore casuals? To me, I've been a fan of games media for probably 5 or 6 years. I love the kind of funny guys. I've just been listening to more Giant Bomb. I haven't listened to any of the Mid Max guys, but I do want to check their stuff out. Like Easy Allies, all these awesome groups are doing awesome, like fantastic things. I'm very inspired by them. I would love to see us like stem some sort of community
Hmm.
with like-minded individuals in that vein, and
Right.
also like it's like it's gaming.
Mhm.
We love talking about gaming. It's simple.
Yes. Yeah, I need to check out more because yeah, I am mainly as far as in this
I mean, I like
aspect
yeah.
mainly
What
watch Kind of Funny. I've been watching them for a while. I followed them. I wasn't a podcast Beyond guy, but I was mainly because I didn't know it existed. But I was a big IGN guy. I would watch Daily Fix and their
uh
reviews all the time, and so I recognized Greg and Colin because they did a lot of reviews back in the
okay.
day. And then when I saw that they were doing their own thing, I moved over to that. But yeah, like Giant Bomb's one I want to check out. Min Max. Is Janet Garcia's thing Min Max?
I think
Okay.
that's theirs. Yeah.
I did watch a little bit of What's Good when they were still around, cause
Yeah. Rest in peace to them.
yeah,
Like I wish I watched more of them. Yeah.
Andrea Renee was great, loved her, and
Andrew, yeah, she's so good.
why am I blanking on her?
Brett is
Yeah,
yeah, Brad, yeah, Brett's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I probably started with like, it was probably like, yeah, it was like 2015, where my buddy in high school introduced me to Rooster Teeth, which I had no idea at the time. So I fell in love with Rooster Teeth back like in 2015, 2016.
hmm
And it was just like one E3 where I'm like, I want to hear more E3 predictions. Back when E3 was a thing, I think it was like 2018. And
that was
yeah,
right at the
I
end of
just
E3.
see, yeah, right at the end of E3. But yeah, yeah, I mean, I always watched E3, but it was just like I wanted to hear more coverage of E3. But yeah, I saw the kind of funny guys doing a podcast there, and I think they were talking about like, I think Greg was talking about like a new Batman game that
hmm
didn't happen. But and yeah, just stepped from there, and I've been watching them ever since. Like those guys are good.
See, before Kind of Funny, I watched a lot of my E3 coverage on G4, so
Oh
that
God,
is how I figured out what E3 even was. So
yeah.
G3 or not G3, G4 was on a lot at my grandparents' house. That was where I watched that. So I watched
I
a
was always
lot of Attack of the Show and all their coverage with
uh,
E3 and stuff like that.
I was always excited for the Xbox showcase because
Hmm.
I had cable and didn't have internet at all, and they showed that one like on some network like TNT or something.
That sounds like a Spike thing because they had the
It might be a
original
spy
Game
thing.
Awards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did watch the Game Awards back then
Yeah,
too.
but excuse me. But yeah, kinda. The goal is to, I mean, obviously be as big, but even if we can get like just kind of similar range, I wouldn't be upset. But
Any to me, any person gained is an accomplishment to
a
me. Just
hundred percent,
like that's that'll make me like just one comment, one like, one subscribe, wink, wink, look down at the screen.
right?
Uh, it'll bring me. It genuinely makes me excited to like talk more about this.
Yeah, it's
Like it's awesome.
like I had sent you that screenshot of our two videos for last weekend, where even though it was only between two videos, 24 views. Like me and your
Yeah,
brother do
yeah.
BCW. I've still got videos on that, and we've been doing that for I think 4 years now. I still haven't even hit double
Yeah.
digits. So I'm like, yeah, I'll absolutely take 24 in a weekend between
Yeah, you
two
gotta build
videos,
somewhere, you know.
right?
Yeah. In my head, like I forget who said this, but if a podcast can go 20 episodes,
Hmm.
then you gotta then like you're already higher than most podcasts out there.
I don't think I'd have to check. Joystick Jockeys would be the one that's closest for sure,
Yeah.
but I know
I know it's like a
the
very small percentage of people make it past 20 episodes. So if we could at least get to that,
Wait, we're a tenth of a way there with this one.
We're a tenth of the way.
10%.
We'll get there. We shall get there.
Yeah, I know the first one I did with a couple of friends. I think we did like 3 or 4 episodes, and that one fell apart. Joystick Jockeys, I feel like hit over 20, or it was real close. Let's see if I still have it on my phone, or if I can even still find it. It should be. I don't know if they take stuff down or not.
On Spotify?
It's also on Spotify. Yeah, we put it on everything. We had 27 episodes for Joystick Jockeys. Our biggest problem there was inconsistency. Like, we had one March 18th for last year's Summer Games Fest, and before...
And then a whole month before.
Yep.
Yeah.
February 23rd. Yeah, the goal for that one was every other week because we were just so busy and it just didn't work out. It is what it is. Now,
life happens. I get that.
Jordan's doing his own thing, killing shit. But
hell
yeah. Yeah, that is the kind of the stripped down version at the moment of what we're thinking for this channel and where we kind of want it to go. There's another video series I kind of wanted to do that's kind of similar to, I don't know if you've seen it, the Before You Buy series on, is it Game Rant, I think, who does that?
Yeah.
That I have in here as Is It Worth the Hype, which is kind of like not...
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that one on the list, yeah.
It's just kind of not a full review of a game, but like, is the hype that this game is getting valid or not, more or less?
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of more of short-formed content, more so, or unlike the podcast or the Let's Play that I put up with Dispatch last weekend. But those are some ideas we're playing around with at the moment. Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I have a better feeling about this one than the rest, and that's not shade to the rest. It's just kind of, I think I personally, for this one, and compared to the other ones I'm in, or was doing, am more focused and invested than I was previously.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah. Just to make a joke of the situation. Have you... So the name Hardcore Casuals.
Mm-hmm.
Have you looked on YouTube of that name specifically?
I sure have.
There's like 10 other channels of that name.
None of them are active. Yeah, they're all dead channels.
We could take it.
They're all dead channels. Take it. So yeah, because I can't use it for the username, and I couldn't use it for the username on Twitter.
On Blue Sky, which I did make an account. I think it's like at Hardcore Casuals 1. The original name was taken. Yeah,
that's the only thing I found that is actually still active is that Twitter account for Hardcore Casuals. But I'd have to go back and double check, but if my memory serves me correct, it's not gaming related. So I don't know, I don't remember what it's for. But yeah, I did see that, and I was like, well,
and I'm like, you know what, fuck it.
Because that was kind of my thing. I was like, well, none of them are active. And I was like, the most recently active one that I had saw was still, I think, before 2020. So nothing's been active for more than 5 years. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to run with it.
Yeah, it's a reboot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just taking it.
Exactly. It's a remake with a different team.
We'll take all their dreams. I'm not watching any of their videos, but I'll take all their dreams, and we shall use them here.
Yes. But so yeah, that is kind of our plans at the moment. But
yeah.
So would you like to start with your history for games?
Okay.
Gaming.
Oh, history for games. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I guess like I grew up mostly as a PS2 kid, I think.
Man, that makes me feel old.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I had a Dreamcast, but like I remember playing the Dreamcast. Like the only game I played on that one was Sonic Adventure. That was the only game. Like besides that, I know like I was more of a PS2 kid, and like PS2 and Xbox, and even going into Xbox 360 era, after that. Like I was mostly just a sports, it's like a sports game guy. I played Madden, played 2K. Like I never really played these stupid single player games the kids call them. Give me my sports games and my NBAs. But it wasn't until like I it was like yeah, PS2, Xbox 360, like that was mostly like sports games titles. I never really like got to like know what gaming really was. And even the Wii, like I love my parents. They're great people. They don't know a Nintendo first party game like to know their lives. I think like the most Mario game I think I played on that system was probably Mario Super Sluggers.
Okay.
I love that game. It's so good. Yeah, it's great. But like I never played a Zelda at the time. Like I did much more like how the casual fan like they play like they love like the Just Dance games or whatever, the party games or whatever, Wii Sports, all that. It wasn't until I bought a PS4, probably like I don't remember what year. It was probably like maybe 20. No, it was like 2016. It was after high school.
Okay.
Yeah, 2016 where I bought a PS4. I'm like, this console's my own. First time I've ever bought a console on my own. I'm getting invested into it, and if anyone knows, like everyone knows, like the back half of that PS4 lineup just fucked so hard. You know what I mean?
So
Like
good.
you got, like I don't. We long for those times again as PlayStation fans. Like we got our Spider-Mans, we got Last of Us, we got the God of War reboot. Like it was such a great time to be like a PlayStation fan, because of course, and you also could go back like to the older titles as well. Like I played the original Last of Us on PS4 and all that. I was became a big PlayStation guy. Then COVID hit, like COVID 2020, and that's when government gave out stimulus checks and all that, and I'm like, you know what?
PS5.
I'm buying PC.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm buying PC.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, we bought a PC, and that's when a little live shooter game known as Valorant came out around the same time as well.
Yes.
That was my first like FPS mouse and keyboard game. Still play it to this day, and that's when I got really consumed more into PC gaming. Like we had Nintendo Switch and the PS5 like along the way or whatever, but like I think I ended up becoming more of a PC gamer, but than over those two systems, and it pretty much leads us into today, where I've been more consumed by multiplayer games. However, we're trying to get back to what we love immediately originally, which back in the PS4 days, where we're like, I want to play more single player games, just because like they're like when you play multiplayer games for long enough, it does come a little slop. I hate using the word slop, but like I do want to play something that's way more like a little bit more thought provoking. And that's pretty much where I am at more today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, you made me feel.
What
old.
about you?
You made me feel old. I mean, you're like, I started with PS2. I'm like, good God, yeah, that's right.
I did have an Atari 2700 as well. But that was like way out of date.
Right.
It was like 2000s. But I remember playing like Pac-Man and other like Atari 2700 games. But yeah, it was like the PS2 is like the first console, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, wait, I saw my original PS1, but I don't remember playing shit on it.
So I don't remember which one I had first. I had them around the same time. So I either had a Sega Genesis or a Nintendo 64 first. Nintendo 64 was my mom's. Sega Genesis was at my dad's house. So my parents being separated kind of, as far as gaming goes, worked out real well.
Sega did what the 10 don't.
At my mom's house turned into the PlayStation house as I got older, and my dad's was the Xbox, so I grew up playing both constantly.
That's interesting,
so, PS1 we had at my dad's. Didn't have a PS1 for my mom's, but then when PS2 generation and original Xbox came, that's kind of when the split happened. I was playing a lot of PS2 at my mom's and Xbox at my dad's. I'm I've got a lot of siblings, so a lot of the games that I played when I was younger were multiplayer because they had to be, because
Oh yeah.
my parents didn't want us fighting. So it's like you got to play a game that you guys can play together, or you guys don't get to play. So we played a lot of like MLB Slugfest. We had a GameCube, so we played a lot of Smash Bros. The original Smash Bros on N64. Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart,
Okay.
stuff like that on the N64. Earthworm Jim is one I vividly remember on the Sega Genesis.
Fuck yeah.
But I think the first like real single player game that I played was on PS2, and it was Jack and Dexter, which shout out Naughty Dog, because that everything. Well, I'm not gonna say everything, because I'm like one of the few people who's not a big Uncharted person. Because I'm like, if I wanted Indiana Jones, I'd just play Tomb Raider, because that was my thought process.
Well,
So-
I've never played Uncharted either. It's all good.
So that is my gap in Naughty Dog, but everything else they put out, from Crash to Last of Us, phenomenal. But yeah, Jack and Dexter was like my first real single player game that I sat and played all the way through and fell in love with, and still play all the way through it like once a year. Which actually, now that I think about it, I haven't played this year, so I might have to jump into it. I've still got it. It is one of the things that stays downloaded on my PlayStation. It never gets
That's
deleted.
awesome. See, I feel like for me was like Sly Cooper at the time.
Okay.
That was my big PS2 platformer. Like, because I remember, because like my grandma gave me like 2 games, like $5. I like the $5 bin, and it was Sly Cooper 1 and 3, like in a pack, and I'm like,
What a,
all right.
They just skipped 2, just 1 and 3.
They just get 2, which is
so
actually the
weird.
best one.
Oh, that's why.
That's why it's the best one. I
That's
mean, they're all good.
crazy.
They're all good games, but like the second one's the best one.
Yeah. But yeah, I grew up playing pretty much all 3 core systems, because I had one Nintendo system at either of my parents at any given time. Like, mom's had the GameCube, and then when the Wii came out, my dad got the Wii, which he got randomly to play Guitar Hero, which seems like a weird reason to get the Wii, but I didn't complain.
I fucked with Guitar Hero.
I mean, I do too, but I don't know why the Wii would be your choice, because we also had a 360 in the house that we played Rock Band on. I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense, but I wasn't going to question it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I did a lot of multiplayer games, having a bunch of siblings who always wanted to play, so we played a lot of sports games, a lot of Super Smash Bros. And then as I got older, I dove into single player games like Jack and Dexter, and then I remember Last of Us being another big one. Fear is, I think, the first like single player first person shooter I played. I remember watching my stepdad playing it on his PC, and at the time I did not have a PC that could play that, and shortly after I had seen it, they put it out on PS3, so I played through that series over on PlayStation. Loved that. Got a PS4 at launch. That was the first console I bought for myself. Well, sort of. Me and my brother split it. I had just graduated high school when the PS4 came out. So, got that. What did I play? I'm trying to think. I know we got 2K, NBA 2K on it. We had gotten Killzone as well, but I personally wasn't a huge fan of it. I think it also made me motion sick, which I thought was weird because no other first-person shooter had done that. But, and yeah, then we are where we're at today, where I've got a PS5, a Switch, and a PC that I mainly use to record, but I'll dabble with games on it on occasion because I've got Game Pass on it, and I don't have an Xbox at the moment. I kind of fell out of Xbox after the 360 era, because we had, I want to say 3 or 4 different 360s, because we kept getting the red ring of death.
Oh wow. Ooh,
Yeah.
So it's real. Okay.
Yeah, it's real. It's super real.
Yeah.
We
Like
got
I
it
hear
a
about
shit
it, but I've
ton.
never heard anybody get it. Damn.
Yeah, we got it like 3 times. It was ridiculous. So after that,
Yeah.
and then plus when they were launching the Xbox One, they're like, "Oh, you can't share games with other people. You can't take your game to
Oh
a friend's
yeah.
house." I was like, you know what? PlayStation, it is, I guess. Kind of fell out of Xbox, which sucks because like me and my brothers were loved Halo 1 and 2. We played a shit ton of that. And you had mentioned Rooster Teeth earlier. Like, my only knowledge of Rooster Teeth back then
Oh,
was
yeah.
red versus blue.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that covers about most of it.
Yeah.
I jump around a lot with what I play, whether it be single player game, like single player story games, any type of multiplayer game, whether it be like Rivals right now is what I'm playing a lot of. I played a lot of fighting games. Mortal Kombat was one I really, really liked, and still do. Trying to think. Racing games like Midnight Club is a series that is unfortunately dead that I would love for Rockstar to bring back, but I don't think that's going to print them nearly as much money as anything else. Because, yeah, I was probably more of a Midnight Club kid than a Need for Speed kid. And I don't know
Okay.
how many other people would be. I did love Need for Speed Underground, though. 1 and 2, both of those were phenomenal. But outside of that, Need for Speed wise, I didn't really play too many. Hot Pursuit's another one I played a decent amount of. That was fun. But, yeah, I was more of a Midnight Club than Need for Speed kid. But yeah, and that leads us to where we're at today. Just kind of all over the place.
Oh yeah. I mean, a big thing with me and my upbringing was when you live out in the boonies in bumfuck Ohio, right? you do, you have shitty internet, so I missed out on like a big bunch of the 360 PS3 era like online like experience. Like I didn't grow up with that. It wasn't until I moved out in 2019 where that's when it's like, oh, this is online gaming. This is like that's it was like 2 months. It was either a month or two later when Apex dropped. It was the same year Apex dropped.
Love Apex.
Apex Legends. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of hours of that on the PS4, and that was like probably my first big like multiplayer experience. Cause like when the battle royale boom started happening with PUBG and Fortnite, I just watched the videos when I could. I mean, because it was a big like YouTube videos at the time. That's when Let's Plays were at its peak, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, I did. It wasn't until like I guess the 2020s when like I became more like the gauge from single player to multiplayer weighed more to the multiplayer, and yeah, I definitely don't like. They were great times. I do want to get back to more single player, just because like fucking Valorant, fucking Valorant. I love Valorant. I hate Valorant, but I love Valorant.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
and one other thing I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, one other thing I want to mention about like your thing with the PS4. Let me tell a quick story about how I got my PS4. Right.
Oh Lord.
It was Black Friday.
Okay.
And me and my brother Ryan we're like, hey, let's go to Walmart. Fuck it. We don't know what we'll find on Black Friday. We've never done a Black Friday experience, but let's do it. We go there. I mean, it's shit. It's Black Friday. Like nothing's cool happening. Like if I kind of like if they had the PS4, like it was on sale. I'll get it. But yeah, no luck. We went to the Meijer across the street, which they had their Black Friday. They like okay, so it was like 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving is the beginning of their Black Friday, which is weird. But Meijer does it way earlier in the day. So we go over to Meijer, where like they've already had their Black Friday, so it's not as chaotic as store. It's just like a normal fucking store. And we go to the video game section. It's just sitting there. And I'm like, it has the same deal. It's just sitting there, the PS4, and I'm like, sir, I want to buy this.
He's like, can I have this?
Can I have this? And then then I got my PS4, and I'm like, a whole chunk of change at the time. It was like, I think it was like $450. I don't remember the price. But then I remember the next day I go to work. I'm happy. I'm like, I got a PS4. I can't wait to go back to that. And then I worked at in Ohio. We have like the drive Minix drive through if you're in Ohio, but where your car can drive through, and like it's like a gas station, and they'll give you what you want. I was working at that for a good 6 months, and it was near the end of the shift. I'm like, you know what? Mark me down for a $1 scratch off ticket. I take that $1 scratch off ticket, scratch it off. $500 winner.
Hell yes, that's awesome.
I go home, tell my dad about it. He's like, he ain't learning shit about this gambling thing.
Man, that's awesome.
That's the story of the PS4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to midnight launch, which God, I miss midnight launches. I want them to come back normally because they were so much fun. I remember I was not a big Call of Duty person, but a lot of my friends were, so I would just go to the Call of Duty midnight launches just to hang out with my friends. And that shit, I miss. Just the vibes of midnight launches are unmatched. What's up? Okay. Yeah, those are something I wish would come back. I don't think they will, just because of how everything has gone. COVID kind of fucked some things.
I think the Switch 2 is probably might be our last opportunity.
Yeah, at least for
I mean, there were a lot of it. Yeah, there were a lot of midnight launches for that one that looked fun from nightclubs I saw.
But yeah, to the online gaming thing, I played online a decent amount on PS3. I didn't on Xbox or 360 because I think you had to pay for 360's live service.
Yeah, a big thing.
Yeah,
a big thing at the time was the PS3 era was free.
Yep,
but their servers were getting hacked a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, as someone who was a child and didn't have a credit card, that's not my fucking problem. I'm not having this. Problem, right? So my parents' credit cards weren't even on there because they didn't want us buying shit. So. Yeah. My only issue was remembering my password. Well, no, my issue was remembering my birthday because I think you had to be a certain age, and I lied about my age. So my original PlayStation account is lost. I do not have access to it anymore.
Sony, get this guy, bro. Sony, get this guy.
They got me. I don't have it. I don't know. I cannot log into that account anymore. So I had to make a new account after that. So,
oof.
Yeah, I know. And as a big trophy guy, that hurts so bad.
Ouch! Yeah, that hurts.
Killed me. But yeah, played a decent amount of online. I think I played more Burnout Paradise online, oddly enough, than anything. I had a friend that I had met through that game, so we would jump online and just kind of drive around and just randomly crash into shit because that's all Burnout is, but it's a good time.
Yeah,
I think that's it for at least for the beginning of online. Now obviously I'm playing a lot of Rivals online. I played a lot of Apex. I haven't played Apex since Rivals came out. Actually, Rivals has taken Apex's place for me.
I think Rivals took the place of a lot of people for online games right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is a kind of a brief rundown, at least, of my history.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I'm interested, because you think we're going to have some similar entries. I don't think we're going to have any.
I think we'll have one.
You think
I think we'll have one similar. I think just one.
So here's my thing. With my 4 and 5, I'm still not 100% on, because my 4 and 5 could probably change on any day that you ask me.
Okay.
But my top 3 are very much set in stone. And I did this by series instead of games just because I feel like it'd be easier for me.
I think, I did series as well.
But my number one favorite, not best. Best is a completely different list for me. But favorite is Jack.
It's like five. What are the 5? Yeah, what are the 5 things that like make you you? You know what I mean?
Jack and Dexter's number 1.
Hell yeah. So, not on my list.
Like I said, it was my first big single player game. I replay it every year. Love it. And there's so many flaws with those games, but they are still so good. Just with Jack being, at least in the first game, completely mute and Daxter doing all of the talking and Daxter just being hilarious. Thought it was a great combination. And it was my first open world game as well. As open world as Jack. It was a linear open world, but it was still open world. Like you still had to walk around. There were collectibles defined, like the precursor eggs and all the hidden precursor orbs and stuff like that. But yeah, that series as a whole is number one. The entire original trilogy is fantastic. Jack X Racing is fine. And then Lost Legacy is unfortunately one I never got to play because it was PSP. And I don't think I had a PSP when it came out. I had a PSP at one point, but as a child I lost it. So my parents did not get me a new one, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think by the time that hit came out, I had lost the PSP, so I never got to play Lost Legacy, which, from what I hear, that's fine. Number 2, and this one is recent.
Wait, now, do you want to go back and forth, or do we want to do like 5-5?
We can do that.
Okay. All right, so this is in no order, but the first one is I do have a prop.
Since you have a prop?
We're talking like since we're talking PS2 eras.
Hell yeah. All
We
right.
got the Keyblade, Kingdom Hearts. It's not just a series; it's a vibe. Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite series of all time. I don't care that the lore doesn't make sense. I think that gives it its charm. Kingdom Hearts, like, just hearing the OST, hearing the themes, going to the Disney worlds because I'm a big Disney fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just going, like, Kingdom Hearts is awesome, man. Like, I can't wait for 4. 3 I enjoyed 3 I enjoyed 3. It was a good game, but Kingdom Hearts 2 is just probably my favorite RPG of all time, I think, at the moment. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, just play the song Dearly Beloved, and I'll just be nostalgic. I didn't play that game till like 2015 or 16. However, I'm nostalgic for like back in the day when I watched Disney movies and then I see fucking ads for Kingdom Hearts and I wouldn't even know what it was at the time. I'm like, I should have hopped on it then. But nah, Kingdom Hearts is definitely one of my favorite series of all time. It's so good.
Kingdom Hearts is a good one. I haven't finished all of Kingdom Hearts yet. I have finished Birth by Sleep and 1. So I am working.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a list of the order to play them in. So I am very slowly making my way because there are so many Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah.
I beat all 3 stories in Birth by Sleep, so I played through that 3 times, and then I've only played through Kingdom Hearts once, but I don't think it needs to be played through more than once.
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm currently on 2, right? I think that's the next one. Obviously, by numbers.
You forgot about
Chain
of Memories, the GBA game that has major plot points in it.
Is that one playable? I thought that one just had.
No, it's playable.
Is it okay?
They're all.
I was gonna say because I have.
What?
I have 1, 1.5, and 2 and 2.5. I have them all. So like I have the remix. And
it's on the collection. It's on the collection.
Okay. So
it's more of like
maybe I'm in the middle of Chain of Memories.
Yeah, it's still like a card. Like in the GBA one, is more of like 16-bit, but it's still the same gameplay, except now it's like more 3D graphics and such.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Chain of Memories is like the weird link between 1 and 2, and it's like you kind of. I feel for the people back then because like if you just hop from 1 to 2, you're already lost. Like Chain of Memories, there's just.
I believe it.
Like the first Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts 1 is like the game makes sense. Like it doesn't get like there's not like the plot makes sense to an extent. Like it doesn't get wacky and off the rails yet. Even in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's not like Chain of Memories is there, and like I kind of need that to bridge it. But even Kingdom Hearts 2 is like doesn't go off the rails yet. It's when he gets the Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and all the other side projects that matter. Is when it starts getting off the rails.
So the first one, which is Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep. It's it definitely is like the beginning of the rails leaving the rails, 100%.
All right. Not a bad.
All right, what's your next one?
Next one is a more recent one, at least for me. Probably not recent for other people. Persona. I have fallen in love with Persona. So, my first experience with just seeing Persona, I went over to my buddy's house. This was right around the time Persona 5 dropped. And one of his other friends was playing, and it's in the first dungeon with the gym teacher. And the first dungeon in Persona 5 is very different from how they did it in Royal. Because I saw him fighting a giant dick. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh?
Yeah. I was like, what are you playing? He's like, and he had told me what Persona was. I was like, that seems interesting. But I don't know. JRPGs have never really been a big thing for me. A, because they are long as shit.
They are very long.
Normally, there's not many games that can grab my attention for that long. I'm trying to think of the longest game I would have played single player wise that's even close to a Persona in length, and I can't think of anything, at least that I've finished. Because, like, obviously recent Assassin's Creeds have gotten that long, but I haven't finished any Assassin's Creed since 3. Yeah, I can't think of anything. But so I had gotten Persona 5 when it was on sale, and it was like, I want to say maybe a month or two before Royal was coming out, which I didn't even know was happening because I didn't know what Persona was. So I got about 10 to 15 hours in to Persona 5. And my buddy's like, yo, how far are you? And I told him, I was like, not super. I was like, I'm like 10 to 15 hours. I was like, I think I'm a good chunk in. He's like, you're not even close. He's like, Royal comes out. He's like, Royal comes out in 2 months. Just wait, start over. I'm like, okay. So I waited, played Royal, and fucking 94 hours later.
Oh my god. I don't know if I could do it, bro.
You're
real different.
I've played Royal twice.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I want to platinum it. So let me go back. I didn't finish it the second time. I got really close. Okay. So because I was playing through that on my PS4, and then when I got my PS5, I guess it didn't cloud save my second save, and I was going to finish because I only have like 2 trophies left for the platinum. One is to defeat the Reaper and then essentially finish the 3rd semester. I didn't get to the 3rd semester in my first playthrough because I didn't know I had to max out a rank with a certain character, so I didn't do that. So I had gotten to the last dungeon of the 2nd semester, and then when I got my PS5, my save did not carry over.
No.
So I'd have to start over. I have not gone back to it yet. I keep telling myself that because that 98% on the trophies is just bothering me.
Yeah, that's so bothering.
It's right there. The platinum is within reach, and I don't need to. I can skip all the cutscenes and dialogue because I already know what's going on. But yeah, Persona's another one. I just recently finished Persona 3 Reload. Persona 4 I've tried so many times to jump into. I don't know if it's the art style or the way that it feels just because it was with how old it is, but something about it just isn't clicking with me. So the remaster looks a lot better from what little we've seen, but the art style I really like in comparison to the original art style. I've heard a few people say like everyone's first Persona game is their favorite Persona game, but I think Persona 3 I do like more than 5.
Ooh, okay.
3 took me, I want to say 75, somewhere between 75 and 80 hours to finish, but that game is so fucking heartbreaking and so sad. There are so many times where I had to stop, and I was like, all right, we'll come back to this in like a week or so because you've ripped out my heart again. Because there's this one character who, like, at first you don't like, but then you learn he's real good friends with someone in your party, and he's trying to get his shit together. And then they kill him. I'm like, what? It's like, why? Why? But, yeah, that series, it's so good. I cannot wait for 4 so I can finally go back and play it. 1 and 2, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with those. I don't know if there is a way to play them, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to play them because those games have very quickly jumped, obviously, very high onto my top list of all time. In like the last, what, I want to say 10 years. I think Royal came out in 15, right? Somewhere around there. But yeah, that is my number 2.
Okay. I'm just gonna go with like an easy one. It's my number 2. It's a series that maybe not a lot of people have heard about. Like, they don't keep making them or anything. It's called The Last of Us. You may have heard of it, but yeah, I'm putting The Last of Us on this list. It feels like weird because like I feel like it's like one of those. It's one of those series that like, oh, it's on your list. Yeah, it's on my list. It's the fucking Last of Us. I like The Last of Us 1. Like that was like a game that I don't remember. I think I got it for cheap at a GameStop or something, and that was like this was after all the hype of it too. This was probably like a few years after the hype of it, and I've heard nothing like about the game at the time, and yeah, that was, like the first one was just it was a great zombie type game, and then like Last of Us 2 came out, and I don't think like that game. I need to look back how long how long to beat that game, because whatever it was,
It's got to be like 15 to 20.
15 to 20? No way, right?
Right?
Because whatever it is to be how long is
15.
it?
15 is
15?
what how long to beat says. 14 and a half for part 1, but 15 for Last of Us.
Yeah, well I beat that game all in that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like I usually don't, yeah. Usually don't beat games like all in one weekend. And yeah, I can't like the ending of that game, like it just made me feel empty by the end of the second game. It's up there. It's one of the GOATs. Like it's a series I just fucking love.
Yeah, that's completely fair. That is in my best but not favorites, and it's not because I
All right,
don't love it. It's just my favorites is a lot of, aside from Persona, which is the most recent, is a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah. Okay. See that honestly, I thought The Last of Us would be on your list.
It is in my like 1 in Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2 are interchangeable at 1 and 2 for best games I have ever played. Okay. I don't know what overtakes them. And then Persona 5 Royal probably right behind them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not on my list, but I love God of War 2018. I'd put up there. I don't know if I'd have it surpassed. So I don't know. It's not on my list, but like that's one I would maybe put above both of them. But besides
I could see that.
Yeah.
Number 3 is everyone knows this one. It is Pokemon. I fucking love Pokemon. I've been.
That was the one I was supposed to put. Originally when you came up with the show idea, I was gonna put Pokemon on the list, but I ended up like, nah.
So.
But I love Pokemon. It's good.
I've been watching Pokemon forever. Or at least I did when I was younger. Don't watch it as much now. I watch it a little bit with my son because he still watches it, and we read some of the books. I actually got him the original manga series for Christmas, so we haven't started that yet, but I think that's the next one we're going to start once we finish what we're currently reading. But the first Pokemon games I played were Ruby and Sapphire, so Gen 3 is my home. That is where I started. And I have played every gen since, and obviously went back and played Gens 1 and 2. It's very easily, like, it is described as baby's first RPG, and that is what it is, and that is fine.
It is very accessible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it. Even still, at fucking 31, I'm playing Scarlet and Violet still. I need to go back and finish the Blueberry Academy DLC. I'm excited for Legends ZA here in a couple months. But I did a draft league for the first time ever last year. I'd never done competitive Pokemon. So.
Oh, wow. Like actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just randomly Googled draft league, found a Reddit post, and went into the Discord. And when I had joined that Discord originally, there was like 30 people in it. I'd left it recently because I was going to do it again during the off season for BCW, but that Discord had grown to like 4,000 people. So
oh shit,
yeah, it blew up ridiculously. But yeah, I made playoffs only because someone had taken over for another team who made the playoffs, and they didn't feel like they should take a spot because they had just got there like the week before playoffs started. So I was like first out, and they put me in, and then I think I got like 6-0. But it was still a fun time. Yeah, I'd never done competitive Pokemon. I went to Tony a lot because he does a lot of competitive Pokemon. So he helped me with my draft and building my team week in and week out. And we would do some mock battles against who we thought the other opponent would bring. But yeah, Pokemon's just one that's been there. One of the first games I've played, and I still play every entry. Well, not every entry, because there's so many fucking just random spin-offs. Like there was a there was a random puzzle game, I think, on Nintendo 64.
When someone says they played Pokemon, no one ever was like, "Oh yeah, but what about that spin-off game?" No,
right?
It's like, did you play the main generations?
Yes.
You know.
But yeah, and the stadium games. I wish they bring. Well, I guess they are bringing the stadium games back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
NSO.
Yes, that's gonna be. Or well, no, I mean the new one that they announced. It's not called Stadium, but that's what it looks like. Is it Champions? I think it's called.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Let me see. It's only been announced. They haven't shown gameplay of it, but it looks very Pokemon Stadium-esque. Let's see.
Is that the thing with like that, like to take a competitive Pokemon more seriously or something?
Yes.
Okay, that looked cool from the Pokemon Presents earlier this year.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, it's Champions, but yeah, it's got like every gimmick in it because it showed terrestrialized Pokemon fighting a Mega Pokemon. I would assume Gigantamax is going to be in there. Maybe that's not as popular in competitive, so that might not make it in.
I mean, they'll probably have like Mega Evolutions, probably.
Oh, they've got Megas for sure. Because in the trailer, you see, I think it's a terrestrialized Dondozo. Excuse me, terrestrialized Dondozo against like a Mega Charizard X.
Okay.
So we know for sure those two gimmicks are in there, but those are like probably two of the most popular, and to be fair, two of the best gimmicks that Pokemon has introduced. So, and they've stayed around in competitive. But yeah, that's one I'm super excited for. I don't know if it's double battles only. I think they only showed double battles in the trailer. But I could be wrong. But yeah, super excited for that. And then Legends ZA later this year. And then obviously
I can't wait
Gen
for ZA.
10
That's going to be great.
Will be next year.
Next year, yeah. Next year's the big 30th anniversary, right?
Yep.
Yeah. 30 years.
Crazy.
Of the Pocket Monsters.
Crazy. I've been playing it since I've been alive. Man, I'm older than.
Yeah, I think I was born when
that does not sit well with me.
Yeah, I think I was born like when the anime was just coming out in '98. So.
Man. All right, what is your 3?
Third. I'll piggyback off the key word you said was competitive, and me, I'm a competitive guy. I like. I'm gonna put a straight up. Is gonna what? Yeah, you know it will. What? One of them's not on the list. I was about to put both of them, but I only put one. What I did put on the list, of course, was Rocket League. Okay. Love that game. I'll probably put 2K in it. But the one I'm going with, of course, is the other one. I'm going with Valorant. As I mentioned before, I've been playing that game for 5 years. I love that game. It's just what I want out of an FPS game. Like, there's CS, and I appreciate Counter-Strike for what it is.
But come on, Valorant has effects and shit. You know what I mean, guys? like, like you got a big hero shooter, but it's more slower pace. But it can get fast with in Valorant. I love the competitive scene around it. I I love all the personalities around in Valorant.
Mm.
Like that's a game I spent way too much money on Valorant. I won't go into specifics in this episode, but yeah, it's a good amount of skins. Yeah, Valorant's just been there at the top, like all the time. I stream that game a lot on the weekends. Twitch.tv/ItsBardy. Cheap plug, but Valorant's just like it's probably my favorite multiplayer game, just because like I've been there since the beta. Like I got when the game first got announced, it's like they announced beta keys, and like I was able to get in on that, and ever since then I've been in love with that game.
Nice.
Like it's the multiplayer game I claim is that shit is mine. I love it, but I also hate it.
That's completely fair. I get that. That's how I was with Apex for the longest time. Valorant's one I want to play more of. Outside of you, no one else that I am friends with plays it. And like you said, you play competitive. I ain't good enough to play that game competitively. I would hold you back so badly.
Thankfully, a lot of like the guys I work with at the time who are still friends of mine, like we still play a lot on the weekends. So like that's like weirdly like people have like their party games. We weirdly just queue up a game of Valorant and just hate our lives for 45 minutes.
Sorry, that's what I do with Rivals every now and then. That's what I did with Rivals this morning. Excuse you, sir. I need you to get down. Thank you. Okay, so these last two spots are where you could probably ask me on any different day, and these last two spots will change.
Yeah.
I think today, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, what would be 4 and 5? And I think I have the answer. One of them I talked about. I think I talked about it last week. I've talked about it before. I probably talked about it during Summer Game Fest. But I'm going to put Mortal Kombat as a whole at 4. I love Mortal Kombat. I think the first one I played would have been 3, I believe. And that was one I would have played on... Did I play that on Sega? I think I played that on Sega. And then I didn't really get into it again until the reboot on PS3, which I think was Mortal Kombat 9. And then since that reboot, I've just kind of fallen back in love with it. I played Mortal Kombat X competitively, not very well, but Arcade Legacy, when it was in the Cincinnati Mills, they would run tournaments every week, and I went down there for... I forget how long I was going down there for, but I was going down there not every week, but probably at least twice a month, maybe 3 to go ahead. And
I've been looking for to get myself a demon stick.
Hey, child.
This is the command I was given.
What did I just say?
Quiet.
Right. But yeah, that's one I got into a lot. Mortal Kombat X, I played a lot competitively. I think I tried to play Mortal Kombat 9 competitively once. Did not work. X, I actually sat down, took time to learn like combos and breakers and everything like that. I got the collector's edition of Mortal Kombat X, so I think I might have that Scorpion statue around here somewhere. But yeah, love it. I need to go back and actually play through the story of 1, because the story mode in Mortal Kombat since 9 has been pretty interesting and actually continuous, which they didn't really have too much of a story outside of like the only one I can think of that I would have played that had story back then was Shaolin Monks. But yeah, love that series. Played more of it as an adult than I did as a kid. I think that's more so because my mom was a a little stricter on what we played into the house.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat definitely screams good parenting.
I remember I snuck in my friend's copy of GTA 3 or Vice City, somewhere around there. And I didn't even play it. It was just in the house, and my mom found it, and I was grounded for a week. I was like, God damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's like, absolutely the fuck not. She's like, you will not be trying to sneak this game into the house. And so what did I do later? About maybe 6 months later, talked to my grandma into buying it for our PlayStation at her house.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, the guy at GameStop was like, there's like nudity and killing in this, right? I'm like, no, there's not. It's like, he's lying.
He's lying, obviously. Grandma, he's lying. He's a liar. Why would he say this?
Why would he tell you what's in the game?
Yeah, come on now. He's just trying to prevent my fun.
Right. So yeah, we ended up with GTA 3. Now, obviously, as kids, we weren't playing the story. We were just driving around and shit. So we weren't doing anything that my parents were worried about us doing. My mom's like, you shouldn't be able to pick up a hooker, kill her, and then get your money back. I'm like, that's so specific, but okay. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, I think I'm going to put at 4 as just one I really, really enjoy. It's my favorite fighting game. Probably the reason I'm more of a 2D fighting game fan than 3D. I have tried Tekken so many times, and I just I can't wrap my head around a 3D fighting game, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
But where you got a 4?
A 4? At 4? We'll do it like, I mean, this isn't the newest one. Nah, this isn't the newest one. But let's go with probably, maybe not critically the best game on the PS4, but my favorite feeling game I probably played. Let's go with Marvel's Spider-Man. Love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is him.
Spider-Man.
I love the character Spider-Man. He's great. And yeah, that game that was the game I wanted. Like, I think that's the closest game I've got. I don't know if I've got the platinum. I don't think, but that's the game I think of bro. The snowball challenges. I just didn't want to do them.
That's okay. That's fair.
I think that's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's I think the only thing that prevented me. But I did everything else in the game. And yeah, Marvel Spider-Man, like that game, it feels so fluid. It feels so good. The story is awesome. Like it's what I wanted. It's what. It was between this and Batman, like the Batman Arkham games for me in this spot.
Okay.
Just because those are like the superhero genre has just been very big in my upbringing, and the Spider. Yeah, I think Spider-Man is just a hero I like to represent myself with more than Batman. Mm-hmm. But I love all the games they've made, like both the studios have made. But Spider-Man will always just be near and dear to my heart over Batman in that sense, and thus making the list.
See, I don't know why I didn't think about Spider-Man. I think because to me, Spider-Man is more than the games. Just because I read Spider-Man comics, love the movies.
Oh yeah,
the games I also love. But yeah, for some reason when I was making this list, didn't even cross my mind because I've platinumed all 3 of them. Platinumed 1, 2, and Miles Morales. Love those games.
Yeah, they're great. Insomniac knows, bro.
They do. I'm so hyped.
I need to play. Yeah, I want to play more like old school Ratchet and Clank games. Mm-hmm. But PlayStation, they don't know how to fucking move their PS3 games over to backwards compatibility, and that's most of the Ratchet and Clank library. And I'm just waiting.
Yeah, fucking Rift in Time was the PS5 one, right? That's the only one.
Oh, Rift Apart. Yeah.
Rift Apart. Yeah, that's the only one I have played all the way through. I
played that one and the remake.
Okay. Yeah, but
the remake's good. Yeah.
Because like obviously I mentioned earlier, I was more of a Jack and Dexter than Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. But like my best friend Alex was a big Ratchet and Clank guy, so we always went back and forth on that. So those were always fun debates. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about Spider-Man. Because I feel like that should easily be in my list, but I don't know, I guess as games, And just for some reason, even though I bought both collector's edition, I had. This is the only thing I regret selling. The Spider-Man PS4 Pro.
I was this close to buying one on launch, but then I'm like, I don't need to be spending money on this. I got my PS4, it's fine.
So I kept telling myself I wasn't going to get one, and I didn't plan on getting one, but then my disk drive on my launch PS4 quit working, and I'm a big physical media person. So I sold it to one of my friends who doesn't really play physical games, so he didn't care. So I sold it for half as whatever the Spider-Man PS4 was, and was able to come up with the other half and got that at launch. But my number 5, and it was one I sat and thought about of what I was going to put in the last spot, and thinking about it, I like collector's editions. I have so many of just random. I've got Spider-Man, I've got Mortal Kombat, I've got an Assassin's Creed one, I've got a Doom one, and then there's one that, aside from Spider-Man, is my favorite, not because of what came with it, but because what I was able to do with it. So the team for this series kind of bumps it up a lot. It is Borderlands.
Ooh, okay.
So I love the Borderlands games. I am not good at shooters, and Borderlands, you don't have to be good to play it. And it's a multiplayer co-op story-based shooter. So I was playing it with friends and siblings. I got the collector's editions of Borderlands 3, and I had followed one of the developers who was part of Gearbox. I think they still are. I'm not 100% sure at the time. And I had saw that they went to like a launch event, and they had a bunch of fans sign the trifold that came with the collector's edition. So I said, fuck it, and went under his tweet and tweeted. I was like, yo, if I mail mine to the office, will the entire team sign it? And sure as shit, he DM'd me.
That's awesome.
Gave me the address. I mailed it there. Got it back a week or two later. And I've
so
got
cool.
the entire Gearbox team signed my trifold for the Borderlands 3 collector's edition. I still have it. It's not up at the moment just because I don't have anywhere to put it currently.
Yeah.
So it is in a box, but I do still have it. So I love those games. 1, 2, pre-sequel, and 3. Super excited for 4 in a couple months. Love the team for actually doing that for me because they didn't have to. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of love for Borderlands and just Gearbox as a whole for that.
Yeah. That answers my question if we should put because have you been seeing about the previews for Borderlands 4 so far?
I saw that they were good. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen
looked
at
in
them.
detail.
Yeah, excuse
But
me.
I mean, you're very good things. Very good things.
Yes, I did see that they were getting glowing previews, which makes me excited because the look of it's a little bit off, which is kind of odd. It's not the same art style, and I've always really loved the art style. I know eventually you have to change it just so it's not the same thing over and over again, and it still has a lot of the inspiration of the original art design, comic-esque, but it is just a little different, and that just seems a bit off. But regardless, it's still Borderlands, and I'm still excited to play it. Tales of the Borderlands is another one really loved in that series, even though it's more of a spin-off. But Telltale, just everything I've played by Telltale I loved.
Okay.
What is your 5th?
Main event. I didn't mean for this one to be the main event, but fuck it, we got here. If you know me at all, I feel like this series is very, it's been there. I even mentioned it way earlier. It's been there in my good days, my bad days, because the franchise has also had good days and bad days.
If this isn't what I think it is, I'm going to be disappointed.
It's
Okay.
Sonic,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog. I will champion that franchise till the day I die. I know, they are some of the worst games of all time. Sonic 06 is one of my least favorite games of all time. I should love this series as much as I do, but I fucking do. Like Sonic Adventure, that was my first 3D platformer. Like it's been there forever. Like every generation had one. There's one consistency. There's a Sonic game on it, and I probably have played it. Right now, we are in a golden age of Sonic content. We got like the movie 3 came out in December. Okay. Fucking loved it.
Movies are cool.
Yeah, the movies have no right to being this good, but I'll fucking take it. This Sonic. He's been like that character. It's just that style, that vibe, that character, in all the stories. It's just like, it's when you hear about like people try to get you in their ecosystem, like nowadays, like PlayStation or Xbox, they try to get you in their ecosystem. And back in the day, like they did that like with IPs. Like they've had like I watched the TV shows. I watched Sonic X. I watched the old '90s cartoons, which I also love. Fucking like there was like every piece of media like you could watch with this character, and that character's just always been there for me. And like I mean Sonic Frontier that came out, like people online get weird about it, but for some reason I fucking that's probably like my favorite 3D Sonic game. I can't wait for the next one because they finally took chances. Like everything's looking up for the franchise I love, and it just took us so long for us to finally like get quality that we deserve. Like it's like the nostalgia you grow as a kid. You're like, that's not actually good.
But fuck it, I love it anyway.
But fuck it, I love it anyway. It's junk food. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't higher. I'm surprised you put it at 5, just because I know how much you love it. But
mine are out of order. I tried to do it like, because but that was the first one at the top of the list. Like that was easily number 1.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
I do want to throw out one honorable mention, at least for me, and it almost went into my number 5. Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
Fucking loved Twisted Metal. I played a lot of that growing up. It's like probably the first and only M-rated game I played as a child, but that's because there was, I don't know why that shit was rated M, because there's not really blood and gore in like your PS1 era.
I was thinking about my first rated M game on the list, and that's Grand Theft Auto 4. That's the one I started off with.
Okay. But I would love for Twisted Metal to make a comeback. I know they tried it on the PS3, but they did it so wrong. They fucked it up so bad. Like the stories, the individual stories they did for whatever fucking reason, 4 characters they put in that game with, who was in there? It was Sweet Tooth, Dollface, Mr. Grimm, and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head because it's been a long time. But they did live action cutscenes for that game, and they were so fucking cool. The show, I loved the first season, and I don't know if that's because my expectations were so low, but because I wanted the show to be the game, which is the tournament. That is not what season 1 is. That's what season 2 is about to be next month, and I'm super stoked. Have you seen?
Hell yeah, happy for you.
Did you play the originals?
I haven't watched it. I don't have like any relationship with that franchise. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So in the original Twisted Metal games, they had Rob Zombie and Dracula on the soundtrack. So in the newest trailer for season 2, they've got that song playing while they're driving.
Oh, that's awesome.
It hit the
so
vibes,
hard.
Yeah. I was
the
so
nostalgic
hyped.
vibes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, that is one. I want them to bring it back. I don't know how you do it. I feel like it should be an easy, and no one likes these types of games, but if you do them right, they're fine. I think it'd be an easy games as a service. It should be a really easy online game.
I don't think PlayStation wants to hear a live service game right now.
Well, maybe if they chose good ones, they wouldn't fuck
You're
it
probably
up.
right. Yeah.
Like, Twisted Metal seems like such an easy home run as a live service game. You've got so many characters in that world already, and you can make new ones. So, like, you start off with, like, 10 and each season bring someone else in. And just car combat online, fuck yes, that sounds awesome. That sounds like a great time. That's like the original Battle Royale, except you weren't dropping out of the sky. You started randomly somewhere on this giant map in like wherever the hell they were. Some were in Egypt, some were in New York, and it's the last car standing wins.
Now hear me out. Here's what you do. You say they start just randomly on the ground. Well, in the next one, it is a battle royale, and you do have cars falling from cars.
Honestly,
out
I'm
of the
down
big
for
old
it.
battle bus.
You can do it that way, or do you watch Fast and Furious?
a little bit.
Let's say just do what they did in the last Fast and Furious, where they put parachutes on the cars and just drive them out of the helicopter. You just got to make sure Thad Castle's not there to shoot it down with a rocket launcher. That movie series, I love Fast and Furious. It has gotten so out of hand.
That's what it needs, though.
It is, and the fact that they acknowledge it, I think, is even better. Because yeah, that is my honorable mention.
Okay. I was thinking about putting honorable mentions, but I think I ended up not doing any.
That's fair.
Yeah. This episode's already kind of gone
it went longer than I thought it would.
Longer than we thought it was going to go.
I thought for sure this was going to be shorter than last week. That is not the case.
Oh, I thought it was too, yeah.
But yeah, so alright, that I guess is going to do it for us this week. Thank you for joining us at the lounge. This will...
This going up tomorrow?
Yes, it's going up tomorrow. We're recording on June 19th, so June
Thursday.
10th. Yep, yeah. Thursday. So it'll be up Friday afternoon, and then our weekly news video will be up when you're seeing this tomorrow, probably around the same time, about 12:30ish. But yeah, that is going to do it for us. If you want to follow us individually, I am on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at Sin City Red Angel. Brady is on Twitter and Twitch at ItsBardy with an underscore for Twitch, and then on TikTok he is Bard and then NRK.
Yeah. Do we need to start promoting the Discord, or is that like?
So there is a Discord link in the description. I don't know if it turns it into an actual link. If not, it is in the bio on YouTube, or you can copy and paste the link from the description, and it will take you there. It is very small at the moment. It is just the two of us and one of my brothers.
Oh, yeah.
The goal, I guess probably could have talked about that in the beginning with kind of the goal. But the goal for the Hardcore Casuals Discord...
What could the viewer have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can say what we want, but what can we give the viewer? We can give you a Discord link.
Yes. But I want the Discord to be a place where anyone in the community can squad up, find different people to play with. If you make content, reach out to other content creators in the Discord to make collabs, share your content, stuff like that. Want it to be just a giant community, whether it be gamers, creators, or even just watchers and lurkers. Really, everyone is welcome. But yeah, so be sure to join the Discord. Obviously, if you are watching this, you know where our YouTube is. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't done any of those yet. We are on TikTok at Hardcore Casuals. Nothing is up there yet. I am personally really bad at shorts, so kind of learning how I want to do that and what moments to take out. So we'll get that.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
On the moments.
We will. We'll probably slowly start getting stuff up there. Hopefully, after we'll say to be safe, just the first bear month. With us, right?
Yeah. The only thing guaranteed is 2 episodes at least for now. Yes. We're working our way. We'll get there though.
But that is going to do it for us. I have been Austin, joined by Brady, and we will see you guys. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the news. Peace.
Bye-bye.